Hey, yo, what's up, family? Pastor Dubs in the building. Just want to check in, see how everybody is doing. We love you guys. Hey, a couple of things we would love your help with. Now, one of the things that we did earlier on we started to have this lockdown, started to consider when we would reopen. We put out this thing that just sharing, just pastorally, this vision of trusting the Spirit of God for when we would reopen, how we would reopen. So we put out this thing, and what the framework was looking at Noah and the ark and deciding when he would come out of the ark, right? And one of the things was sending out the bird for the bird to discern, and there was these feelers that he was putting out to discern when would be the right time. So that's what we're doing right now. We are definitely praying as elders and discerning and listening to the Spirit of God, but you are also a part of that, right? Part of that discerning, a part of us seeing what the Lord is saying. And as a way of putting out these feelers in this process, we sent out a thing just the other day where we was asking everyone to go on and respond, to go on and share what the Lord is saying to you, or what you're discerning, or what you're thinking. We put out a questionnaire. A lot of people have responded so far, and we want to get as many as we can to respond as soon as we can, because we want to make a decision by the weekend of what direction that we're going to go. So if you haven't responded to that yet, I'm asking that you'll take the time to respond to it. The link to it will be beneath inside some of the comments or some of the posts. You'll find it underneath there. I'll make sure I go on there, just scroll through, and you'll find it. But it's one of the things that we are trying to do as a church, to discern what's going on and what we're doing. So with that in mind, one of the things that we have been dedicated to doing during this time is being the church. Being the church. Now, the church is way more than watching videos online. It's way more than that, and this is a beautiful season for the church to dig into being the church more. We've been asking people to do 3 specific things: praying, much praying. We've been asking people to worship, spend time worshiping our King, and we set up some specific moments for that. And we've been also having some specific ways that we could continue to serve our community in safe ways. We'll continue to ask you to do that. Even with our outreach team meeting on Saturdays, there's ways that you can serve and be in supportive of that. If you don't know, just jump on, hit us up, hit Melissa up. She'll connect you. But every Saturday we're out there and we're serving our community, and we're doing it in a safe way. Like, the pandemic doesn't stop the fact that people need to be served, and the gospel needs to continue to go out, and people are meeting Jesus. We want to invite you to be a part of that process, right? Another thing that we're going to ask that you'll do, right? And here's my challenge. I'm challenging all of us to commit to at least, I suggest more, but at least once a week, connect with somebody else. Probably somebody that you've seen, someone that you haven't seen, but reach out to them, right? Let me give you a format for this connecting with somebody else. Many of you have gone through Surge, some of you haven't, but the acronym's BLESS, BLESS, right? So in this connecting with somebody else, 1B, bless. Think about a way that you could be a blessing to somebody inside of our community, right? Somebody inside of our community. Think of a way that you can be a blessing to somebody. Just pray, ask the Lord to show you who that person would be and what that blessing would look like. But think about someone inside of our community you could be a blessing to. L, listen, right? What are some ways that you can connect with different people inside of our church? Man, just to be an ear, just to listen to them, let them share with you. Now, this listening, it can happen a couple of ways. Via text messaging, so reaching out to somebody on text message, scroll through probably someone you haven't seen for a while, someone you have, but being able to just check up on them, see where they're at, right? and listen to them. Don't have to run the show, right? But listen to them and be an ear for somebody. Just checking in on your brother, checking in on your sister, seeing how they're they're doing, right? You could do this through FaceTime, Google Hangouts, calling somebody, pick up the phone and actually call, hear somebody's voice, sending text messages, but listen to them. And even I'll add an extra listen to the Spirit of God too, right? So that's one thing. Listen, eat. So you have E, that's eat, BLE, eating with others, right? So allow the Lord to show you what that looks like. What are some ways that you can connect with, who you can connect with. Some people are doing like little small pods and groups of people that they hang out with and stuff, and some people aren't doing that at all and stuff, right? But let the Lord show you on what that can look like and stuff, what breaking bread look like in whatever way that is. Then you have S. S is speak. Speak into somebody's life. Speak truth. Speak the gospel. This is where that text messaging comes in at. This is where picking up the phone and calling somebody at. FaceTime, Google Hangouts, whatever it is. But again, this is a challenge. Connect with somebody. And then here's the other S, Sabbath. Make sure we're getting some time to Sabbath with our Lord. Sabbath with our God. Now, I'm gonna add a thing to this. Choose to do that with somebody that you have something in common with, and someone that you have nothing in common with. Somebody that probably we're going into an interesting time with all the political stuff. Probably is somebody that, man, you have the same political views. Probably somebody that we don't have we don't have the same political views. We have different views, right? But I'm intentionally connecting with somebody inside of this church and stuff. Probably it was someone that, man, we do not like the same kind of music, or we do like the same kind of music, but be very, very intentional. 1 week choose somebody that we don't have things in common, or that we know we don't agree on this particular political thread or that particular political thread, and then other times it's man, we do agree, right? Because we want to come together around the gospel, right? So that's my challenge. At least one person inside of our community a week. Now you should be doing this already on your own, and this should extend past just our community to people who are believers and people who are non-believers. But I'm asking for a particular intentionality for people inside of our church as we fight for different ways to stay connected and stay in relationship during this time, right? Regardless of what we decide regarding how we continue to go forward, there's still a challenging road ahead, and we want to continue to encourage people, because this world is going to be calling and pulling us apart, and just continue to stay tuned for different things that we're going to be intentionally doing as a body. All right, well, that's it, fam. I love you. We love you. If there's any way that any of the elders, Rashida and I, that we can be praying for you, reach out to us. Hit us up. We want to be praying. We want to be connected. Anyhow, much love, family. Be blessed. Deuces.